We are the bad guys, by the way, guys. Like, just to be clear, we are the bad guy when we play this deck. Like, we are definitely a bad character when we're playing this deck. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Marvel Snap video. This deck was awesome, so cool, and it got me to rank 30. So let's start with the deck tech, but just to start things off, it got me to 130, which is amazing. Um, Kind of some core parts of the deck, I think for sure, that I wouldn't replace if I had the choice. So Daredevil is number one. I don't think this deck is playable without Daredevil. You have to have all of these other cards to play Daredevil because it's the only pull 3 card here. And kind of what you're going for is you have all of these ongoing cards with just like that are inherently strong, inherently can win a square. Ant-Man for 1 mana, play him early, ongoing effect, can really win a square with other cards. Daredevil is, turn 5, we'll get to him. Daredevil saying, on turn 5, you get to see your opponent's plays before you make your own. And so what that kind of allows us to do is turn 5, we have these really strong power play cards. We have Hobgoblin, which on reveal gives them -8 because he goes to their square and also fills up a square. We have Professor X, which can just totally win a lane and completely shut off anything else. And then Klaw, which can potentially win 2 lanes, adding power to 1 lane and then adding 6 to with the ongoing effect to the rightmost. And then so you have all these other strong ongoing cards, and not Shang-Chi, but Sandman to kind of lock it down. And Sandman does a disgusting job at doing that. Sandman is kind of like the second cornerstone of the deck, which I didn't really expect until I started playing. But when you only get to play 1 card per turn, I see your turn 5 before I make my decision. You basically are winning turn 5. They can only play 1 card on turn 5. And then turn 6, they can still only play 1 card to recover from you winning the 5th turn of the game. And it's just really difficult. I don't think I lost a game where I actually had Sandman in play, except maybe 1. And also, an ongoing effect himself, so he gets buffed with Spectrum, which is the other kind of cornerstone of the deck, which is I'm playing 1 card per turn. I'm playing these ongoing effects. Colossus is just a 2 mana ongoing effect that is really hard to disrupt. He's good in the negative zone. He's good in Death's Domain, stuff like that. He can kind of just represent a square by himself, and he has an ongoing effect to buff. Lizard, similar idea. Lizard's just 5 power. When your opponent can only play 1 card per turn, it's really hard for them to get that debuff. If you use him smartly and kind of don't use him where you think your opponent's cards are going to go in the first few turns of the game. Mr. Fantastic, similar idea. He just adds 2 power to every lane and is an ongoing effect. So it's very useful when you're locking out a game with Professor X, you're locking out just a lane. You only play 1 card per turn. When you only play 1 card per turn, adding power to 3 lanes to potentially let you win 3 lanes is huge. Because when I play Mr. Fantastic turn 3, Sandman turn 4, if they haven't even played a card in a lane yet, Mr. Fantastic alone, if he's in the center, is going to win that lane. They suddenly have to play to another lane, where you kind of have 2 ways where you can potentially just lock out a lane with Professor X and Mr. Fantastic. Cosmo, similar thing. Ongoing effect also stops on-reveal abilities, which is very powerful. The only on-reveal abilities of your own you have to be careful for is Hobgoblin and Spectrum. If you Hobgoblin into your Cosmo, you're going to feel really sad. You don't necessarily need the on-reveal all the time with Spectrum, but it's very useful. And also, just as a piece of hate to what your opponents could be doing, Cosmo is definitely worth it in my opinion. Shang-Chi, just another strong card. When you see what your opponent does first on turn 5, you can flip a Shang-Chi into their turn 5, Devil Dinosaur, their Death, their whatever it is. And it's a huge swing. You know what I mean? If you're on their turn 5, destroying their turn 5 and adding 3 power to that square, it's massive. And most likely those are their strongest cards if you can kill them with Shang-Chi. And so that's kind of the deck. And wow, did it do good. I have an 80% win rate with the deck or something like that. It was really good. Warning though, I don't think you're getting 8 cubes with this deck. I got a couple 4 cubes for sure, a lot of 2 cubes, but your opponent will retreat. Also, as you kind of get higher and higher in ranks, your opponents know when to retreat better. So I would often snap by turn 3 if I wanted to get extra cubes. Because once I reveal Sandman, if my opponent doesn't really have follow-up to Sandman, they'll leave. So, if I snap my turn after Sandman, and they don't have anything, they leave and I only get 1 cube. If I snap the turn before Sandman, I potentially get 2 at least, and then maybe 4 if they stay around. But so that was kind of what I found was the sweet spot. Not good at stealing cubes, but it is so fun. And I mean, it won a lot. It won a lot, but like win rate isn't actually as important in Marvel Snap as cube equity in kind of a weird way. Where I can have an 80% win rate with this deck, but if I'm only getting 1 and 2 cubes, it doesn't really matter. You know, if I win 80% of my games on two cube games, right? I'm losing 4, gaining 16. But if I'm gaining 16, that's just 2 8 cubes. You know what I mean? It's a weird balance like that. But I hope you guys enjoy. It was really fun. Got me to rank 132, which is insane. Absolutely insane. But yeah, enjoy. I don't think we have a way to win Luke's bar. Oh no, we do. Actually, no. We do have a way to win Luke's bar. Can't be played here. Let's go Daredevil right. If we get Colossus, I think we can play Colossus here. We'll go Lizard here. Now it is pretty awkward though, where we want to play Sandman kind of, but if we play Sandman middle, it's like pretty bad for us. I guess if they don't like swarm middle, it's fine. And we have like a Shang-Chi for death, obviously. It really depends how the pre-Sandman turns go, I think, is by far the biggest influence. So like now, for instance, it looks like we're going to be able to Hobgoblin there and be really happy. So we can Hobgoblin here, and then turn 5, we can Professor X the right and probably win the right, or I mean the left. This feels like a snap. The White Queen there. So they have a copy of Professor X, or they have a copy of Hobgoblin. We get to do what they do first. So they play a Devil Dino there. So I mean, I can destroy the Devil Dino, but then I'm still losing that tile. Where I feel like I just go Professor X here. And I'm winning this tile, and I'm winning right currently, and then they have to play another card. That was the coolest lock I've ever seen. So I play Professor X to Luke's bar, right? They can't add a card to Luke's bar. They can't add a card middle. I have the Daredevil on the right, so since they can't play their first card there, there's no other tile they can play their first card. We win. Sandman and Hobgoblin, I think, also both very notably have like great synergy. Right away, Lizard left, and then I think Mr. Fantastic middle. So we'll see how these next 2 turns go, but if we're able to play the Sandman pretty uninterrupted, I think we're like happy campers for sure. Storm.
Wind, aid my hand.
I'm flipping first. I think it's worth it to still play Sandman left, and then just fight for one of these styles. I'm gonna snap. Also, keep in mind, if we draw Spectre, it's just a win still. They need a lot of power in the left lane to contest it for 4. And then we're still able to win it, like if we draw, you know, like Spectre or something. Okay, so White Queen was kind of the card I was expecting. And so this feels good, right? Because we have Shang-Chi for right, and we can play Hobgoblin middle. They can only play 1 card this turn, so if their 1 card is middle, then they're locked out of that space, and then we can Shang-Chi if they Dinosaur on the right, and we'll win. Right. Play a Hulk there. So we do draw a Spectrum, which we can play. It's probably safest, because we can play Spectrum here. We win left, we add a lot to the middle, and they're -8. I think this will win us the middle. I guess we can lose to a Dino or something. They have our most powerful card in hand. So they have a Klaw of ours. And they play a Vision there, sure. But now this one's these 2 lanes. Dude, Sandman's kind of a house. I'm not gonna lie. I thought Daredevil would be the star of the show, but Sandman's won us like a few games now. Energy this turn. So with +1 energy, I think it's better to play Daredevil first, because we don't want to expose the Lizard just yet to them making like a better decision on. Yeah, like if we played the Lizard here, we would have felt silly because they just got 2 of these. Sandman feels like it'll be really good this game. So let's go Lizard on the middle and Colossus on the left, I think. The next turn we get to Sandman, which is crazy. I might snap Sandman. I'm thinking about it. Squirrel Girl? Sure. Killmonger. What? 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 Okay. I'm gonna play this. Sandman, I think, is looking amazing here. So now we're on 1 card a game for the rest of the game. And we can play Professor X the last turn of the game to lock it up, which I think is very good. And so Klaw, why Klaw is good in the Sandman deck is it can win 2 lanes, kind of similar to why Spectrum's good in the Sandman deck, because it can win 2 lanes. So like if they play for like middle or something, Professor X turn 5 can lock up the right. They play Death. Okay. We do have the Spectrum though, which we might just want to play. I'm just thinking about it. We'll have to think. We do currently lose to Death, so we'll have to see what they do. But like playing Spectrum right now when we're gonna lose it next turn, if they get Cosmo and Professor X, it really doesn't matter that much. And so remember, they only get to play 1 card, we only get to play 1 card. I think with Spectrum drawn, we're probably going to play that over Professor X, because it can help us win left and middle. So I might play Spectrum middle, or I might play Spectrum right. I'm just not sure. It depends on what they do, right? It depends on what they do. Play what here? They play Mr. Sinister, so they're adding 4. My Lizard is going to go down and become a little bit weaker. So maybe I play Spectrum right. So this lane's going to close off, but this lane's about to gain 4, where I just kind of want to play for both lanes, because if they're only going to play 1 card, I think it's really hard to beat this now since they've already played their Death. We're kind of just like scorched earth on the middle. So they get a Cosmo and 1 other card. We have Ant-Man. So they have Cosmo and Professor X. Neither of them win the right. Okay, they retreat.
Victory.
Another reason I think Mr. Fantastic is really good in this deck. So you'll notice a lot of what this deck does is if Sandman's in play, you can like win multiple lanes, which was kind of the idea where like, sewer system is pretty inconvenient for a lot of decks, especially like the zoo decks. But with Mr. Fantastic, we just like get a free 2 power there, and if they play a card there, they're -1, which I would say tends to be quite good. Cards that cost 1 can't be played here, so I think we played Daredevil right, and then we Mr. Fantastic middle. Pass, pass. Draw 3 cards, destroy both decks. God damn. Okay. It's got heckin' complicated quick. I kind of want to snap. How good are our cards to win? Okay, they retreat. That's so funny. Okay. +2 power is always useful. So let's play to Embassy, because we're going to go Mr. Fantastic here. We also don't want to play the Lizard into the Raft, obviously. We can go Mr. Fantastic here, then Sandman here, and then hopefully that's just enough to win this house. Oh, they're not even fighting for this. They have their own Daredevil, too. Which is always a little dramatic.
Wind,
Storm
stay
there.
my hand.
Rhino to ruin the location, sure. What does he do? Unreveal, your opponent draws a card, set its cost to 6. So I can play Sandman left and still win it potentially if they don't play one more card there. I'm gonna gamble on not playing one more card there, just because they're already winning it. Hopefully, that could be wrong. Okay, so they don't play another card there, and we can Spectrum on the last turn. Okay. So I think to Claw the middle is the best play. And that's also, I think, just like the least interactable with them. Jubilee, sure. Sentinel. Our own Spectrum. Well, so I think we play... To play Spectrum on the right will win us these tiles, I think, because we're going to be at 10 here. So +7 of this is 18. And then we can win middle and left. I'm going to snap. If we can only play one card. So they only play Dino, it's not winning. Sure. Okay. We did it. Sandman carried. Sandman absolutely carried. We did it. 130. That's my new highest rank. It's the highest rank I've been. I think I'm gonna play Colossus into Weird World because if it changes into like a death location, it's not bad. Angela, so you don't want to play the Lizard into the Angela lane generally. I'm gonna play Cosmo in Kiln because it puts a little bit of power here, and then I also revealed first. Yeah, so we negate the Iceman effect. The 2 Raptor Seeds isn't really what I want to see. But so now I can play Lizard here, and I can play Claw here, potentially. Or I can just play Lizard here, and it might just be enough to win by itself. I guess I'll play Lizard here. I think it's fine. Play Queen. So they did commit to this lane, which means it's good that we didn't. So we can play Claw here to win right, and then maybe we can win left with just, like, some good fortune. We do have to fill up that space, though, which isn't ideal. They play the Dino there, though, which is huge for us. So I can go 2, 4, like this. And then hopefully I can blow up the Savage Lands or something. Hopefully they just play to Savage Lands. That would be probably the best case. Normally I feel like you don't commit more to the Dino. Okay, I'm gonna kill their Dino. Most likely, right? For 4? I don't think I leave on 4. Candy, dude. Candy from a baby. Ah, feels good. Feels so good. We are the bad guys, by the way, guys. Like, just to be clear, we are the bad guy when we play this deck. Like, we are definitely a bad character when we're playing this deck. I'll play Daredevil left. Okay. So, I think we go... Well, man, that makes it awkward, actually. Now we go Cosmo middle if we want a Hobgoblin. We're actually, like, screwing ourselves. I'll go Cosmo right. I'll just play to right. So I can actually Mr. Fantastic myself here. And so Hobgoblin middle is, I think, definitely the best play currently, because so Hobgoblin middle adds 1 power to their side, but it cuts off so much potentially of what it could be.
Wind.
And so now we're going to see what they're up to before they do anything, which is good for us. That's great info for us on the Storm turn, too. They play Vision here. So, if I Hobgoblin middle, I'm still at 2. They're at -4. Vision's +3. Where I would win this tile, and they have to move Vision somewhere else. So they have to move Vision with this, because they're losing this tile, or they're winning by 1. Just Spectrum here. Does Spectrum here beat Vision? Not really. Well, so now if they, so if they move Vision, they lose middle. If they move Vision... so this will win middle if they keep Vision there. If they move Vision, I'm winning middle. I'm adding 5, So I go to 9 on the left, and then if they commit right to win, I will win both. I think Spectrum is just strong enough of a play where I'm going to stay in. They don't move vision, and we win both now. Cool. That's close. That was really close. That was a super close one. If I don't snap, you can tell it's close, because I have no idea which way it's going to go. I'm pretty snap happy. Already got the rock. Tons of rock. God damn. So we will Daredevil left, I guess, just so we have a little bit of power here, and then Colossus is obviously going to be great in the middle. Professor X being 6 is actually pretty bad. We don't really want that. I'm also drawing hella rocks, bro. There's a lot of rocks. Oh, jeez. You know, if my plan was just to Colossus here, I probably should have just played, what do you call it? I probably should have just played Mr. Fantastic here anyways, so that I can, like, just to be more mana efficient, but it doesn't end up mattering, I guess. Rock. Electro to kill my rock. Son of a... See what they do. They have 3 cards in hand. This has to hurt them for sure. Okay. So I'm gonna snap. And then they're adding 2 here. +1 here. I kind of want to just play this here for power. Well, actually, I'm winning this if I just play this here, and then I can just play Spectrum on the left the last turn of the game, so then they have to play to left and they have to play to right. And then they still have to win middle, obviously. And they need to play more cards than they have. Because now they need to play to right. We play to lefts, and we add 7 power to lefts, and we add 2 power to middle. So it's not even... They don't have enough cards in hand to... They don't have enough cards in hand to win with Bishop currently. Yeah, okay. Victory. Hi, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Currently, I'm making a Marvel Snap video every day. So if you enjoy Marvel Snap videos, if you enjoy my content, you know, consider dropping a like and maybe subscribing. It helps me and help support our cat Gunther. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day.